Welcome back to the Unbroken Protocol. My name is Abraham, coach, father, athlete, and today we're talking about meditation. Now, you hear me a lot speaking about this. You hear me talk about the 100 days I've sat in silence over a decade and the experiences and the clarity I've gained from this. In fact, dare I say, the reason why I've created Unbroken is because of a place where we can actually reflect on our actions. How I first discovered meditation. I was going through quite a lot in my younger years when it came to football. I was chasing the contract, the dream, and I was pushing myself, trying to figure out anything and everything. In fact, I learned so much from these moments. At one point, I got injured and I went to an acupuncturist, and she was very much into Buddhism, but on the mindfulness side. So she introduced me to meditation and I started exploring it. One of my first contacts has been with Thich Nhat Hanh. I think I pronounced his name correctly. Do apologize if I didn't. But he was talking about love and compassion, an ability to love yourself. And I just remember when I stayed with him for about, not physically, but just his philosophy for about a month or so. I just remember having moments where I was crying just because of how much I've neglected myself. And then I started exploring a little bit more deeper. Then I started listening to this. It's by Mark Williams. I can't remember the name of the book, but it's about mindfulness. It's an 8-week program, and it was 8 weeks until then I would sit my retreat, which I followed week by week, and it was exploring awareness. And I had such a beautiful time. And then by the time my Vipassana retreat approached, I had finished the course and went traveled on to explore Vipassana. Now, for those who are wondering what Vipassana is, it's just awareness of body sensations and seeing things as they are. We in this kind of world, you explore two different elements, Anapana and Vipassana itself. Anapana is focusing on awareness of breath, incoming breath, outgoing breath. And then Vipassana is a non-reactive state. I've spent over 100 days doing this, and it's changed my life in ways that I feel like I can talk about forever. What meditation, 100 days of silence, really helped me with is the reactive and non-reactive mind. Now, I'm sure quite a lot of you guys know about this. We have a monkey mind, which is just a mind that jumps over and over again. This really helped me create a distance between what my mind has been conditioned to do versus what I would like to do. So there's a gap. And as I repeatedly kept on observing, I felt like I could observe things and life through a lens of clarity. So seeing things as they are, not in a way that you'd want them to be. So it was a grounded view. So being able to see things as they are. And I know I just repeat this again, but like it was such a special experience I had. And because a lot of my efforts in life have been stemmed off this clarity and a grounded view, it allowed me to question distortions of reality. So you imagine cognitive biases, confirmation biases, negativity bias, all those things that you experience as a human being. That's what I challenged. And I really prided myself. Like I told myself, I would love to explore this. And even if I am being biased in a situation, I would like to see that I'm being biased and be able to question with it. And that's where my metacognition started coming into play, being able to interact with the mind. Not to go too far off this subject, but meditation has helped me in my life in ways that I feel like I'd be spending a long time saying thank you to. It's helped me develop a more loving relationship with myself. And it helped me understand all of us are experiencing a very similar thing, which is the human body. Whether we experience excitement, fear, we tend to have a very similar response, even with conditioning. Now, how this has been baked into the philosophy of Unbroken is that I always ask my athletes how much time do they spend meditating. And some say out of respect towards their religion, they don't believe in this, and that's perfectly okay. But meditation helps athletes question their own motives. And it's important for you to have clarity on why you're doing things. We live in a very reactive culture. The reactive culture is we just sign up and do things just because people are doing them. And in fact, I've had so much trouble with people where they would describe FOMO, but clarity helps you undo these things, where you are able to see things as they are. And because you can see things as they are, you can question them. You have a sense of grounded view. And that really helped me out. And even when it came to forming the club and the brand, spending time, seeing things and being clear with them and even questioning what my motives are. Sometimes they come from an egotistical lens, and I get to see the egotism being at play and ask it, what's the reasoning behind it? So it really helped me over this period of my life. And I always suggest for athletes, triathletes, Ironmen, to have meditation in your program. I know it's not sexy. I know it's not, you don't get a medal for it. It's a very intrinsic thing, which is you do it for yourself and also to be able to validate your own experiences. But it's changed my life in ways that I find myself internally grateful for. From a performative point, like I now pick things that I want to do. I don't get suckered into doing things I never signed up for. And because I'm aligning myself with things that make me happy, they're far more rewarding. So if you're in a position to meditate, give it a try. Try as basic as Anapana, which is just being aware of your own breath, paying attention to it. And I look forward to hearing how it went.